Hello. So in this video, I'll be explaining what the web-based credit limit control is all about. Okay. First, let's understand in brief about the solution. So, credit limit control is basically a web-based solution that is used to check the credit that is available for a corporate customer by the travel agency or the consultant at the time of ticketing. Now, the result of this check is either three things. First, the ticket can be issued either because the ticketing amount is way less than the credit that is available for the customer, or let's say there are rules created in the admin module of CLC stating that if the amount has exceeded a certain value, then let's just let the ticket be issued. Or let's say the management has decided to create a rule in the admin module of CLC stating that if the amount has exceeded x value, then it should be sent for approval and ticket should not be issued. Or let's say if the customer does not have sufficient funds, in that case the PNR will be rejected and the application will be stopped. Okay. Now, in order to understand this better, let's look at some quick examples. So in the first example, let's say I have a corporate customer ABC. The available credit of that customer is 10,000 euros. The ticketing amount is around 900 euros. Okay, so in this case, the ticketing amount is way less than my available credit. Okay, so my ticket would be issued. Right now, the next example, let's say the credit amount, available credit, let's say take another company here, DEF. Let's say that the available credit is 1000. The ticketing amount is let's say 1900 euros. Okay. Now, there are rules. Let's say there are rules that are created in the admin module such that anything above 1000 should be sent for approval. So such kind of a rule is created in the admin module. So anything above 1000 will be sent for approval. So in that case, a PNR with this created for this corporate customer will be sent for approval. Now let's look at another example. Let's say that for the corporate customer XYZ, the management has created a rule such that anything above 1200, okay, let's say if anything about 1200, if the ticketing amount is greater than 1200, then it should be rejected. So in this case, my ticketing amount is greater than 1200, so it will be rejected. Okay. Now let's look at some key features of this application. Okay, so firstly, it's automatic. That is, it checks the credit that is available for a corporate customer automatically. That is, it happens in the background even before the ticket issuance. Okay, it updates the available credit once the ticket has been issued using CLC. So let's say the available credit is 1000 before the ticket was issued, and let's say the ticket worth 900 was issued, okay, when the available credit was 1000. So after the ticket issuance, my available credit gets updated to 100. 1000 minus 900. So that again happens immediately after the ticket is issued. Okay, and then you also have the appropriate remarks with a timestamp that is added to the PNR just to have a track of the history. Okay, the next thing, the next key feature is that it's customizable, which means that one can customize the application so that it can bypass the CLC check. Let's say for certain elite group of customers, you would not want the PNRs of those customers to pass through the CLC check. So in that case, you can bypass it from the check. Issue tickets even if the available credit is low, that by creating rules for the same. Reject a PNR if the ticketing amount has exceeded. Okay, so all of these things can be customized. It's real time, that is, you have an on-demand feature which allows the consultant to check the customer data with respect to the customer ID or the account number that is added to the PNR. In other words, the credit available and other information and other customer data information can be seen even before or even before the consultant enters a TTP command. So you have an on-demand feature wherein the data of that corporate customer can be retrieved, and then the consultant can decide if he wants to go ahead with the ticket issuance or not. This can help the consultant to check if the customer is blacklisted or if the customer has enough credit, and so forth. Okay, it's secure. That is, the information is fully encrypted. You also have a single sign-on authentication mechanism in place. And once the PNR is sent for approval, only the authorized person will be having an access to approve or reject the PNR that is sent for approval. Okay. Now, before we get into the different modules that we have for CLC, let us understand what the application is all about on a very high level. Okay, so for that, let me just quickly open the Visio file that I have here. Okay, so there exist two main scripts. The first one is the on-demand feature and the TTP handler. Okay, so on-demand is a feature that the consultant can use to view the customer data with respect to the customer ID or the account number that is added in the PNR before the ticket issuance. Okay, so it is an option that would be available in the script menu of Selling Platform Connect. The consultant can simply click on it, click on that option, and even before entering the ticketing command, he can check the customer data. On clicking this option, the application would try to connect to the database that is configured in the CLC admin module, which I would show you shortly, and then retrieve the data if the customer ID is valid, and the process stops. So in case of TTP handler, so when the consultant enters the ticketing command and if CLC is activated for that office ID and the user, then the script launches is launched and performs the single sign-on authentication, and then checks if CLC is eligible or not. Now, to verify if the PNR is eligible for CLC, there are two basic checks: bypass and form of payment. Now, in bypass, the consultant can use a valid keyword along with the ticketing command. If the keyword used and if the consultant is authorized to use it, then the PNR is bypassed from CLC check and the ticket would be issued. So this implies my CLC is not eligible. So this would go to this path. That is, ticket is issued for the requested TST or passenger. Now, if the consultant has not used the bypass keyword, then the next check is to see if the form of payment that is added in the PNR matches with the form of payment that is configured in the admin module. If no, then CLC is not eligible. Okay, if it doesn't match that the form of payment, let's say in the PNR the form of payment is invoice, but the form of payment that's configured for that corporate customer in the CLC admin module is credit card. So that means my CLC is not eligible for that PNR. So again, it comes out of the CLC process, and a ticket is issued for that PNR. Now, if the form of payment matches, which implies my CLC is eligible, then the script would then check if the customer ID exists in the PNR or not. Okay, if the customer ID does not exist, then the consultant is prompted to enter the customer ID, and once the customer ID is entered, the application checks in the database if the customer ID is valid. If it is valid, then the data is retrieved. Okay, if the customer ID is not valid, then you have an appropriate message displayed onto the screen. Now let's say the customer ID is valid and the data is retrieved in the background. So in that case, the next check is to see if automatic bypass has been activated for that customer or not. So automatic bypass is basically a rule or a configuration that can be set in the CLC admin module, wherein the admin user can set that for this customer, this if the customer name is so and so, then bypass it from CLC check. So in this case, in the automatic bypass, you are not giving the privilege to the consultant to bypass a PNR from CLC check. Instead, the administrator decides on the customers and configures it in the admin module. Okay, so if the automatic bypass is enabled for that corporate customer, then ticket is issued for that TST or the passenger, and then you have an appropriate remark added as well. Now let's say automatic bypass is not configured as true for that corporate customer, then the script checks if the customer is blocked or not. Now again, this data is based on the customer ID that is added in the PNR. Okay, so if the customer falls into the blocked category, then you have an appropriate message that is displayed and the process stops. Now if it is not a blocked customer, then the application would check the different rules, the business rules, that is to send for approval or rejection, or should it be issued. So these are the different business rules that the application would retrieve from the admin module if it finds out that the customer is not blocked. Now let's say that the rule that is configured is such that the PNR should be sent for approval for level 1 or level 2 or both. Then it will be sent for approval, and the approval manager would have to approve it or reject it. You also have a remark added to the PNR and notifications sent. Now otherwise, if it's not an approval rule, let's say that the rule that is configured in the PNR is to reject because the corporate customer doesn't have sufficient funds. Okay, so in that case the PNR would be rejected. Or let's say that the ticketing amount is either way less than the available credit, or there is a rule that is created in the admin module stating that if the amount has exceeded a certain limit, let it be issued. Okay, so in that case as well, my ticket would be issued for that corporate customer. Now immediately after the ticket is issued, you have the available credit updated, that is the ticketing amount gets subtracted from the available credit. Okay, now after the ticket issuance and after the available credit is updated, you have the next process, that is the credit limit notification. Here the application also has a provision to send a notification to the corporate customer if their credit is too low, so which I'll be getting into shortly. So let's say after the available credit is updated, the credit limit notification says that, or the rule configured in the credit limit notification module is such that if my available credit reaches 80% of the credit limit, then send a notification to alert the corporate customer to stating that the available credit is too low and they might want to think of topping it up. Okay, so this is like an alert that is sent to the corporate customer if the credit value that's available is too low. Okay, so this is a very high level understanding of the application. Now let's look at the different modules in depth.